Diddy is back in court this week as his federal trafficking trial resumes in Manhattan. Rapper Kid Cudi testified on Friday that his car was blown up on his driveway when he dated Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. One very close confidant is the singer and entrepreneur Ray J, who joins me exclusively for his first interview since the trial began.
What if I told you that one of Diddy's closest friends just claimed the entire trial against him might be nothing more than a carefully staged spectacle? Ray J isn't just speaking out, he's pulling back the curtain on a story even wilder than what's been shown in court. He says the headlines are missing the real story. He says this case isn't about justice, it's about power, betrayal, and something far darker happening behind the scenes. In this video, we break down Ray J's most explosive claims, from the shocking stories about Cassie and Kid Cudi, to a violent scuffle with Diddy's sons, to an alleged shooting attempt that nearly cost Ray J his life. What you're about to hear might make you question everything you thought you knew about this trial, so stay locked in, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Ray J is saying it loud and clear. Free Diddy! Don't forget to subscribe if you want the truth behind the headlines, and hit the like button if you're ready to see what really goes down when fame, power, and secrets collide. Now let's start where the circus begins. The media says justice is being served, but what if this entire trial is nothing more than a performance? In his first full interview since the case began, Ray J doesn't mince words. To him, the courtroom has turned into a stage, and each day brings a new act in what he calls a growing circus. Instead of solid evidence, the public is being fed salacious stories, bizarre claims, explicit details, and whispered rumors that feel more like tabloid headlines than criminal testimony. Ray J is baffled. How do strange bedroom tales suddenly turn into RICO charges, laws once used to crush organized crime? He asks the question no one dares to.
All the allegations, and now with everybody explaining like what's happening in the bedroom, I mean, every day it just sounds crazier and crazier and freakier and weirder, right?
Because with every new headline, the truth becomes harder to find, and the real story buried under shock value. And the deeper we dig, the more it starts to feel like someone wanted this story told exactly this way, for a reason. One of the most debated and confusing parts of the trial comes down to a single question. Was Cassie Ventura a victim, or was she in control? Ray J doesn't shy away from the controversy. He brings up the jaw-dropping interview with the man known only as The Punisher, a hired participant in Cassie's private encounters. According to his account, it was Cassie who reached out, Cassie who texted, Cassie who paid. And Diddy? He allegedly sat silently in the corner, watching but never saying a word. To the outside world, that sounds like consent. Maybe not typical behavior, but nothing criminal. And yet, now it's being painted as evidence of manipulation, control, and psychological pressure. Ray J, who knows both Diddy and Cassie personally, struggles to make sense of it. He asks what many are now whispering: if she was the one organizing everything, why is only one person on trial? The prosecution argues it was fear driving her decisions, that beneath the surface was a power dynamic too deep to see. But what if everything we thought we knew about Cassie is only half the story? To Ray J, it feels like the media is choosing which version of Cassie to believe, and that choice might decide whether Diddy walks free or loses everything. But here's the part that flips everything upside down. Ray J says that during all the time he spent around Diddy, he never saw any of this. And what he says next might change everything. For all the headlines, court filings, and media frenzy, Ray J offers something no article can: first-hand experience. He's not just a commentator. He was there, at the parties, in the studios, behind the scenes. And what he saw paints a very different picture than what's being told in court. According to Ray J, Diddy wasn't a predator hiding in plain sight. He was a mentor, a motivator, someone who inspired young artists to reach higher, not fear him. He describes leaving meetings with Diddy feeling fired up, ready to call his wife, run his business harder, and dream bigger. Ray J says Diddy instilled a mindset of power and purpose, especially in younger black entrepreneurs trying to make it in the industry.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
And in all those years, Ray J insists he never saw the disturbing behavior now making headlines. That doesn't mean everything was perfect. Ray J admits the leaked hotel footage, the violent moment between Diddy and Cassie, shook him to his core. He calls it heartbreaking, disappointing, and completely unacceptable. But here's what he's also asking. If that one moment is enough to destroy someone's legacy, are we willing to ignore everything else that doesn't fit the public narrative? To Ray J, the Diddy he knew isn't the monster being painted in court. He's not denying the footage. He's not defending the violence. But what if that one moment is being used to erase everything else? And what if we stopped looking for truth and started looking for blood?
I spoke to Diddy maybe a week and a half before it all went down. I love Diddy and I love the family, and when I was vocal about what happened, I guess they didn't take it as if I was supporting, and so the family and I kind of got, on the wrong page. But if you really look at what I was saying and what I'm saying now, is that stories are being created and it's starting to feel like it's the world against Diddy. And I'm actually worried about him in this state now.
When the surveillance footage hit the internet, everything shifted. In seconds, the world saw what many had only speculated. Diddy shoving, dragging, and lashing out at Cassie in a hotel hallway. No words, no edits, just raw, silent violence, caught on camera. It was the moment that shattered illusions, even for those closest to him. Ray J doesn't try to explain it away. He admits the video was devastating, heartbreaking, and completely unacceptable. He says watching it changed the way he saw someone he once considered a mentor. But as the shock settled, Ray J noticed something deeper. How quickly the video was used to redefine everything. Almost overnight, the footage became the public's verdict. Headlines exploded, relationships dissolved, and the case, still unfolding in court, felt like it had already been decided in the court of public opinion. Behind the scenes, Ray J heard disturbing rumors that the video might have been edited, that parts were missing, that what went viral wasn't the full story. And while that doesn't excuse the violence, it does raise concerns about how the footage is being used and who stands to benefit. Ray J believes if this were truly about justice, the process would be deliberate and private. But instead, the trial has turned into a global spectacle, driven by viral clips, public outrage, and emotional reactions. The Diddy he once knew, the one who built people up and inspired greatness, has been reduced to a single frame of his worst moment. Ray J isn't defending what happened. He's calling out the system that turned pain into entertainment. And beneath all the noise, he sees a bigger play unfolding, one that has less to do with justice and more to do with power. After Ray J's interview went viral, things took a dark turn. In November 2024, just weeks after a heated run-in with Diddy's sons outside a Halloween party, Ray J posted a chilling message to his Instagram stories. He claimed someone had just tried to kill him. His voice was tense, the message was short, and the meaning was clear. Something dangerous had happened. But when asked about it later, Ray J pulled back. He didn't name names. He didn't offer details. All he said was that it involved his truck and that he had to go into hiding. He says the place where he was laying low forced him to leave. And just like that, he was pushed right back into the public eye, right back into the chaos he was trying to escape. Ray J makes it clear. He doesn't want to relive it. He doesn't want to stir things up again. Because for him, this wasn't just drama, it was survival. He says he made promises, cleared the air with the right people, and now he just wants peace. Even without names, the internet lit up with speculation. The timing, the tension, the threat. People started connecting the dots, especially after his altercation with Diddy's sons had gone public. Ray J, for his part, denies Diddy had anything to do with it. He says the man is dealing with his own problems and wouldn't be focused on him. Still, he admits the experience changed him. It taught him how loud is too loud, how much truth is safe to say, and when to step back for your safety and your family's. Ray J says he's not scared, but he's careful now, because the truth he's learned can come with a price. Ray J's public comments didn't just upset fans, they struck a nerve inside Diddy's own family. In October 2024, outside a celebrity-packed Halloween party, Ray J says he was confronted by Diddy's sons, Christian, Quincy, and Justin. It was the third time they had approached him about his viral interviews, and this time, it got heated. Voices were raised, tempers flared, and in seconds, it turned into a scuffle. Ray J doesn't describe blows, but says it felt deeply personal. He'd known those boys for years, and suddenly, they were face to face, like enemies. Christian eventually stepped in to de-escalate. They later spoke by phone and cleared the air, but the impact lingered. To Ray J, it proved this wasn't just a media circus anymore. It was real. It was dividing families. And even then, he stood by his words. He had seen the footage. He had felt the betrayal. And he wasn't going to stay silent. Ray J didn't stop with Diddy. In the Downfall of Diddy documentary, he claimed that multiple celebrities were quietly paying off alleged victims to stay out of the spotlight. He didn't name names, but his message was clear. Diddy wasn't the only one with something to lose. Ray J described a culture of silence in Hollywood, where truth is bought and reputations are protected at all costs. Not in courtrooms, but in back rooms, deals made in whispers. To him, it's not just corruption, it's personal. Because when the truth is buried, so are the victims, and the headlines only tell half the story. And once you see how influence really works, it's hard to unsee it. By the end of the interview, Ray J's message was bigger than Diddy. He says this trial feels less like justice and more like a warning. That in today's world, all it takes is a narrative to end a career. Ray J believes Diddy will walk free, not because he's innocent of everything, but because the system made its point. And now, it should be over. Let him go. Free Diddy, he says. But he's not just defending a friend, he's sounding the alarm. Because what's happening to Diddy could happen to anyone with power, secrets, and enemies in high places. When the headlines decide the truth, Ray J says, no one is safe. This isn't just a trial, it's a warning shot. This trial isn't over, not in court, and definitely not in the court of public opinion. Ray J's interview peeled back layers the media isn't showing you. It challenged the narrative, exposed the culture of silence, and reminded us all that behind every headline is a much deeper story. So what do you believe? Is Diddy the villain the world wants him to be? Or is this a carefully crafted takedown? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read everything. And if you want more uncensored truths and behind-the-scenes revelations like this, tap that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what's coming next will make this look like just the beginning.